We're rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nerdbuzzed.
Nerdbuzzed doesn't condone the consumption of alcohol by any persons under the age of 21. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome to Nerdbuzzed, the podcast where we talk about all the nerdy stuff that we care about and drink a cool frosty brew while we're doing it. I'm your host, Marcus Ellinger. With me as always,
Jeremiah Johnson.
And back in the nerd room,
again,
a new regular, the intern,
Jack Hughes.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, hold your applause, please.
You can't just do that without a what?
What? There we go.
Yeah. Just, if you're going to do it, go all the way.
Yeah.
So this is a bonus episode this week because we had a fellow nerd request that we watch and talk about The Tick.
Yeah.
The new Amazon one, which Jack maybe knows, maybe.
Yeah, it's Cody. Shout out to Cody. Good kid.
So thanks for recommending it. We pay attention when you recommend stuff, people. So do it. But before we get into all that, because I always digress and talk way too much, we go over to Jay.
Talk about the beer.
Yes, please do, because I'm dying to drink it.
This is part of Firestone Walker's Leo versus line. It's a, what do you call it? A
series?
Yeah, series.
Okay, nice.
Good.
Nailed it. I'm on a roll today.
Chronology. It says right there on the back of the can.
Sounds like the title of an anime. Leo v versus Chronology.
Yes.
8.2%. That'd be the title, too.
Yeah.
And this is the adversus. We had the Fordham before.
Yep.
So,
the yellowy orange can?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is the adversus. It's a double IPA. 8.2%. Unfiltered. It's looks amazing. Looks really good, actually.
It does look good.
Smelled amazing. Oh my god.
It's a little cloudy, but not bad.
It's supposed to be.
Because it's unfiltered.
Yep.
Kind
of fruity.
It does smell good, though.
It smells really fruity.
And Jack's drinking again because we don't promote underage drinking.
Yeah. I decided go all out. Full class today. Spent a lot of money on some Canada Dry ginger ale.
Hey, that's my favorite.
Like $2. It's crazy.
Actually, the red's
That's
extra
$1 a
ginger.
liter.
Yeah. Wait, isn't it?
Is it a 1 liter or a 2 liter?
I think I got it. Oh, I don't even know. Oh, it is a 2 liter. Yeah, because that's where they all come in.
Nice.
I didn't put it on
Nailed
the
it
table
again,
just because
dude.
it's like
On a
it's
roll.
gonna block the whole thing, and it doesn't look as cool as a bear fighting a lion. That's pretty.
Oh, that's their logo.
I got beat on that one. Canada Dry, come on, do better next time. But,
well, it is Canadian.
Let's see. It's not cloudy. Mine's got just some bubbles.
Yeah.
And this ginger ale.
Yeah, ale.
Nice. I like that you stuck with the ale. Way
Yeah,
to go, Jack.
I'm limiting myself. I have to keep it topical.
Nice.
Match it to the theme.
So topical.
So he's gonna be like dipping his fingers and rubbing it all over himself.
What?
Oh,
Keeping it
topical.
topical.
Nice. I see. Here we go. It's getting bad.
Yeah.
Like you have anything to say with your new microphone.
Oh yeah,
equipment.
this is Shaq.
Like, for anybody that doesn't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny on the video. It looks like he's got a fro now.
It does. I like it.
Nice.
That's actually
Yeah.
pretty good. That's great.
That's the next step in Shaq's life, is getting an afro.
Awesome. I bet he would love to have one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's by choice that he doesn't. All right. So, to all the nerds,
Through all the fuzz.
bottoms up. Let's get nerd buzzed.
buzzed.
Clinkety clankety.
I was trying to think of a clever thing to say. I can't really think of one.
Yeah, the toast.
I love this beer. It is so smooth. Very sweet still, but not like overly done.
No. Very, very smooth.
Yep, it's got a bitter finish, but it's not like harsh.
That's
bitter.
I was actually just going to say. I think because it's so sweet, but it has such a balanced bitterness at the end that comes in right at the end. It really just kind of neutralizes your palate again.
Exactly.
Super good.
And the hops in it, oh my god, they're so aromatic and fruity, and
It's
little
like
bit of
it's
citrus.
light, but it still has some weight and actual flavor to it. It's really good.
I know.
Very balanced.
This Leo versus line has been my favorite so far.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How's your Canadian ale?
I realized as I got here, I'm like, oh, I'm starving. I can't wait. And this satiated my hunger. But I already feel a little sick. Something's a little. I've
Pure
been
sugar.
drinking some such low quality ales and root beers when I got here that like this is really wow. It's thrown me back.
You're not prepared for its classiness.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna have to get him a Reed's extra ginger.
rich flavored.
Extra ginger.
Yeah,
Extra. Oh,
the Reed's Red Label extra ginger ales.
I don't think I've had that.
Well,
Nope.
you're gonna have to now.
Yeah.
He'll like it because it's red. He likes things that are red.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the Tick
Yep.
because again,
It's blue.
Yeah, because it's blue.
Oh yeah.
And we're wearing blue. Trying to go with it. Got some blue stuff up here. And again, thank you to Cody
Yeah.
and your channel. Put a video on your channel, dude. That's the only thing I gotta
Put
say.
a video on there.
I love
buddy.
you, but put a video on there. There's no videos. And you can also go to patreon.com/nerdbuzzed, where for $35 you can get a t-shirt and some stickers and a magnet. It's an awesome, super deal. Price will go up eventually. Get it while it's still low.
Oh man, I need a new magnet.
And I have to ask, Jack, how many subscribers are we going for this episode?
This episode, keep it humble, keep it low. Couple trillion.
Couple trillion. Okay.
All right, cool.
Reasonable. I'm glad that we're baby
We're
steps.
reaching out to all planets. For our prize. Smash that subscribe button. Smash
Do it.
that like
Smash
button.
it. Smash
Yeah,
it.
just pound it.
So, should we get into the Tick? Should I start out with a little Tick history?
Sure.
Yes.
I did some research.
listen.
So, the Tick was created by Ben Edlund in 1986.
Okay.
And it was originally the mascot for a newsletter of a Boston area of comic book stores.
Oh, okay.
So he's like just like the mascot, right? It
Yeah.
didn't really have a comic or anything. It was just like kind of part of the logo, and it would go out and tell you about all the comic book stores and what's going on in the area. And he was totally this spoof superhero. It was never intended to be taken seriously.
That's the way I take his show and his cartoons and everything. Anyway.
Totally, right? And he got his first independent comic book series in 1988.
So it's not too far off after when he originated.
No, only a couple years.
Well, yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
And then he gained mainstream popularity through an animated TV series on Fox, which ran from 1994 to 1997.
Yep.
And
That's where I remember him from.
yeah, that's totally when I think of the Tick, I totally think of that original cartoon series. I used to watch it all the time, every Saturday morning. It was one of the ones I would pick that I would tell my sister and brother to shut up, and it was my turn, and we'd watch that.
Does it seem like long before he got popular? Like I feel like most comics it takes a little longer. to
Well,
have-
you know,
to
we're
have, like, a
talking-
show about it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We're talking 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a little side note that the original Tick actor, the voice actor of the animated show, also voiced Michelangelo from the 1987 Ninja Turtle series.
Nice.
That's why I threw up some Michelangelos up there. Little tribute to that guy. He did a bunch of other people, but those are the noteworthy ones. In 2001 and 2002, there was a live-action series with Patrick Warburton, which I throw a shout-out right here for.
Yep.
Which was also just The Tick. And then most recently, in 2016 till present, we have the live-action television series with Peter, what a weird last name, Serafinowicz.
Whoa.
Wicks?
Yeah, I'm not.
Is that right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
Pete.
probably messed that up. Sorry, Peter. We'll just call him Peter. Also just The Tick. Came out with 6 episodes, and there will be 6 more released this fall. And they said that they did that to curb binge watching.
Really?
Why
Yeah.
would they do that?
I don't know either. I was a little bit irritated actually when it ended at episode 6.
Maybe it's to make less of a wait for the next one, so that there's always a hype machine going for it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. You think?
Could be.
Yeah, because I mean, you know,
You
you
think
might,
after these next 6 episodes, as long as these first ones did well, they'll just like immediately jump into the next season?
I hope so. Well, oh no, I looked on their Amazon page and it actually said, or the IMDb, and I thought it was a weird glitch or something, but it was like episodes 1 through 6, and then it was like a bunch of question marks for pictures, and it was like episode 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm like, why does it?
I
how
thought that
is
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Originally, I thought it was going to be the 12 episodes. And
weird
not
that
the
they do
case.
that.
It is, but just not yet. Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, I thought. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But TV shows have kind of gone that route too, where you get like that mid-season break. I don't know if they do that quite as much as they used to, but that was a big thing for a while.
It seems like mostly a cartoon thing. I know they did that for I think Gravity Falls.
Haven't seen it.
I heard it was pretty good. A lot of my friends liked it, but it was like this big thing where it's like, oh, the mid-season's coming out now.
Yeah,
'Cause
well,
they
and
just
like
make you wait
all
for
your
it.
CW shows used to do it. They'd have like a month or two they'd take off, and then all of a sudden come back, and it's still counted as that season.
Probably because there's so many episodes.
Maybe.
That's why I'm glad Netflix is a thing, so I can binge all of it. Because the more I think about watching a CW show, the less I want to.
Yeah. So should we just dive right into it?
Sure.
I think originally we already stated I was a huge fan of the original cartoon,
Yes.
and I think that cartoon is still pretty awesome. It's super, super cheesy, but it's totally worth watching. Every hero in it, everything about that cartoon is so cliche.
Well, that's the idea behind it.
Yes, totally, right? And I love it that it owns it to 1,000,000%. One of the complaints I have about the Amazon one, the newest one, is, and I kind of feel like we're going to run into more of this, but I feel like the Amazon tick is a remake of something that was already a remake. You know what I mean? So it's like an even further departure from what the original should have been.
So they
Does that make
reskinned.
sense? It's like there was the comic book, and then there was the cartoon, which
Yeah.
was already like a departure from the original comic book, but which was pretty true.
Yeah.
And then you had the first live action one with Warburton, which is amazing, by the way.
I liked it.
That is still really pretty true to the cartoon, but maybe not as much the comic book, right? So now when we get this new live action one, it's almost like they're taking anything less from the comic book and less from the cartoon, and it's like the next generation of it. So you're getting a further and further departure from what that original idea was. Does that make sense?
But the core stuff's still there.
I think kind
The
of.
tick, yeah.
No, it really is. I mean, like the cheesy characters, although they are making them a little bit more serious
Yeah.
for this versus the Patrick Warburton one. But it's, I don't know. I really like his monologuing in this one.
Yeah, I think it's almost like internal, external monologue.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I realized this while watching it. I don't know if you guys ever played Ratchet and Clank, but I didn't know that Captain Quark he's just the tick.
What do you mean? The same voice?
Well, I know. I mean, like, just the monologuing, the bravado, right? Captain
Yeah.
Quark is just the tick, but he can't do all the things the tick can.
Okay.
Like, he always monologues. He's always like, I am the hero of this city. And it's, I love that type of that satire.
Well, and really all those things, again, because the tick is the ultimate cliche, all those things come from an original source. Like, there were all these other people that were out before that even used to do those things, right?
But they would be, like, serious about it.
Yeah. Yeah, totally more serious, yeah.
I do gotta say though, the very beginning of the Patrick Warburton one is the best with the bus station.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like-
He beats up the coffee machine.
Yeah. As I stand here ever vigilant in this my terror, whatever, going on about it and stuff, and just back down like, oh, I hear or what doth something of the
Yeah.
cries of so and so and drops down. It's just hilarious.
It's pretty good. Well, I think everybody, if you're watching The Tick, the new Amazon one, just watch the old one. It's on Amazon also.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's less. It's 3 more episodes than the first half of this new season, but it's only 9 episodes total. The show got canceled after that. I think it's pretty obvious why if you watch it, but I think it's great.
The budget's really low, but
That's what makes it.
It's really funny still.
And I love his costume so much more in the 2001 version of it.
I guess the new one looks a lot more CG.
Well, it's this weird. I'm glad that they changed it from that pilot episode because I really thought the weird, like, veiny texturiness that pilot one had just didn't make sense at all. But I love how just blatantly rubber form-fitting suit the 2001 era one is, which is what I think of from that cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah. So my favorite hands down favorite character from the new one is Overkill.
Yes.
Overkill's awesome. He's so good.
The stereotypical, like, brooding guy.
Yeah.
Dude, he's totally freaking yellow, orange, blackface. Deathstroke.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's totally Deathstroke.
What my favorite thing in the whole series is when he's on the phone with Arthur, and then suddenly Arthur's not on the phone, and Overkill's so pissed that he might have hung up and like just gives him a hard time to nobody, just himself on the phone. It was pretty good.
Yep.
That was my favorite part. Also, when he's decapitating people and slicing people up.
Yeah, Overkill.
Yeah.
And how the Tick's always like, no, you can't kill people, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's
Overkill.
like a-
That's right.
It's like a Punisher and Daredevil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that.
Oh, I just thought of something. So you said that like the okay, you said you're
I
talking
could see
about how
it took
the
a minute.
yeah.
I don't disagree with you, but I take issue with your methods.
Yeah. Just so we're clear, I don't support his methods.
Yeah,
Wait,
exactly.
did you say Tick issue?
The tick
That's-
goes. He says,
Oh, I didn't.
That's the
hear
way to
that.
say it.
Okay.
Nice job.
Wow, yeah. But I mean, maybe you guys were talking about how it felt like it changed. It was a little darker, but maybe that's to like make fun of how superheroes are now. Like they're a lot more brooding and.
Yeah, maybe
Very-
it
very
to
well
kind
could
of to kind of modernize that part of
Yeah.
it a little bit.
I
just-
loved it.
This one's weird because it's more like the superheroes are in their own kind of weird over the top world while the rest of the world is going on around them.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like in the Tick animated one and even the 2001 version, it almost feels like the whole world is this absurd world.
"Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? This one, it's almost like they're just these weird people that are just trying to coexist with everyday normal people.
I don't know. I got more of that from the cartoon though.
What do you
I remember is that it was just him and Arthur were these weird people that were out there when everybody else is supposedly normal.
Yeah, well, and in the cartoon, there's tons of other villains and tons of other heroes,
yeah.
and yeah.
Oh, whoops.
I don't know how much I did throw a poll out there, and people do seem to enjoy it, and they are waiting for the second season or the second half of the first season. So it's getting pretty good reviews. Actually, I'm actually really surprised by that. I think it's people that
Well, it's all the tech ship. That's so cheesy.
the what
The tech ship.
the tech ship. What do you mean?
The
Overkill's ship.
What was it called? Danger Boat.
Yeah, Danger Boat.
Yeah, yes.
That was funny.
It is Ode working on his theme song. That was
Yeah.
awesome. I like that.
I don't really have many gripes with it. What did I say? It's the special effects. I mean, I get it was obviously a low budget, but sometimes Miss Lint, the lint around her looked kind of weird. Her
Yeah.
eye and the Tick. I think they made his entire suit CG, and I don't understand.
I don't think it is at all.
I don't
Really?
think so.
How
No.
it looked. I thought it was CG. Like it just looked off to me. I think it might have been the color or the texture of it.
I did really appreciate that Arthur
metal
acknowledges that it's different in
Yeah.
that second episode.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
you didn't
Don't
notice
look
that?
different? Yeah,
No.
yeah.
you
When
change
they're
your
in
suit?
the
He's
alley
like-
or whatever. Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I do like his monologue stuff. Again, I prefer the Warburton one, but I have to say it
Well,
should be clear. I'm
the-
very biased that I really enjoy just that actor in general.
The Warburton one, he's doing the monologue, but then all of a sudden he starts narrating, not just monologuing. He starts narrating his actions while he's doing it.
Yeah,
And in this one, he monologues until the action happens, and then he's like just does his action.
yeah.
And I appreciate that better because
It's like it's
totally
interrupting him.
it totally divides the monologue from what's going on.
Yeah. Well, in the 2001 version, when it came out, I thought, why doesn't he have the eyes and like the nose piece, right? And in this new one, he has those things, and I still feel weird about it. Like I almost wish maybe he just didn't, and it was more like the original one.
Yeah.
I always think that that superhero live action stuff really struggles to get the facial masks right. Right? It's like, what do you do with that dead zone between your eyeball and the ridge of the mask? Like Batman paints it black, right? So that's why you don't get. What do you do with that weird?
Yeah.
There's like that weird area there, and in the new one, there's a ton of that area. Like his eye holes are pretty big for his eyes.
Yeah.
And in the original cartoon, he's got big eyes, but they're just white with a little teeny nose.
Yep.
I guess that would kind of look weird for a live action one though.
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't take issue with his suit at all. I liked his suit.
Yeah, Marcus.
I like it a lot better after that first episode.
We're ganging
Okay,
up on
yeah.
him.
I totally prefer the 2001 suit, though. I think that is much more, for me anyway, it's much more the original kind of Tick suit. And both of them do a really good job with the antenna.
Oh, I like how it's like emojis. Sort of.
Yeah.
Or emoticons.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And the 2000 or the current one, not the 2001 one, but it is very clear when somebody grabs hold of him. It's like, wait, whoa, no, not acceptable. Ow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the Patrick Warburton one, when they grab a hold of him, he's just, I don't know, he just kind of gets dumber.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was slowing the elevator down. Like, you couldn't really tell that was, like, his weak point. I was like, I felt like if I watched that first, I would have been like, oh, the robot's just so strong that it's grabbing him by the head or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
It didn't make it as clear, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I like it. I thought the Tick was a great character. I was really interested in the backstory.
I like the Arthur in the 2001 so much better.
Yes. And he looks exactly like the animated version.
Yes.
That's awesome about it. Yeah.
I kind of preferred the he doesn't really want to be a superhero, but the Tick's just kind of like, come on, Shaman. He's like, no, please, because in the 2001 one, it was like he wanted to be, but he didn't. I don't know.
He didn't want to lose his job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His accounting job.
but it felt like he was kind of flip floppy on that, and Arthur's like, I don't know. It's his hero's journey at the same time. I prefer the newer one.
I'm totally hands down. I prefer the 2001 version.
It's because you're old.
It's totally true. And I kind of feel like it's a really good example of what happens as you like fall in love with something as a kid and then are forced to watch that thing kind of grow up with you. Like it can happen that way where it's like, again, I was such a big fan of the cartoon, and then when this live action version came out, which was not at all like this Amazon one, it was not promoted that way. It was so hard to find it to even be able to watch it. It was like it came out for half a season, and then it was just gone all of a sudden. You couldn't find it anywhere. There wasn't internet like there is now. Like it just wasn't the same time frame. And then now this one is just in your face everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, all over Instagram.
Yeah, you
When
can't
I'm,
get away from it.
posting the Nerdbuzzed things. It's like, and the ads kind of make it look worse than it is because they don't really have any.
I think it
context
should
to
be really clear that the animated show, the 2001 version, and this version, I think they're all terrible. I think they're horrible shows, but that's what I love about them.
Yes.
But they're all really bad.
It's intentionally horrible.
Yes,
yeah.
but they're
They're what
so
they are.
bad. Yeah.
And being the spoof character that he is, it's totally what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
And that's, like I said, they own it.
Yeah. I would completely agree that Arthur is. I have the biggest issue with Arthur in
Yes.
the new one. He's not that same character. I don't understand why the story is wrapped around his suit that's going to
We'll
to
figure
go
it out.
against the immortal, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't get that. Like it's all
Or Superion, right?
Superion. Is that his new name?
The
That was
Terror.
so funny. We found his teeth.
Oh, yeah, that is right. Superior, yeah.
The Terror. The Terror's gonna fight him.
So at the very end of the episode, he did pop his head around the Terror and he goes, cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Right? That was what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because me and my wife watched it and I was like, what did he say? I think it was cliffhanger, and she said it was something totally different, and I never went back to check. But I think it was
Yeah,
cliffhanger.
it was definitely cliffhanger. I love the Terror. I love when they were like, "We found his teeth," and I'm like, "What are they gonna do with his mouth?" And he's got all gold.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And the Terror is the actor from Preacher, the guy that has the gross cow
yeah,
farm, whatever,
yeah,
that
yep.
totally morbid guy, which is also he's totally the Terror of Preacher. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the actor who plays the Tick, the guy Peter, I'm just gonna call him Peter.
Yeah.
Sorry to butcher your last name, but he's been in a bunch of other stuff too. But as soon as you see him not in the Tick suit, you would completely recognize him. But I can't think of anything that he was actually in. He's had all these little bit parts and a bunch of stuff.
I've never seen him.
I
I think
didn't
he's
I didn't-
perfect for the role.
I didn't recognize him at all. Like I said, the only thing I like about him better is his monologuing.
Yeah.
I think he does a way better job with the external internal monologue.
Yeah.
But no, I do like the Oath 2001 a little bit better.
Well, and I think that another thing that I think is kind of weird about the new one is that they're so focused on the Tick's origin. Like, what is the Tick and where does he come from? And none of that is.
I was totally interested.
None of that comes up in the other ones. It's just accepted that
Oh.
that's the way it is, and he just is.
He
who
doesn't
is.
know.
Yeah, and when he just doesn't care, nobody cares because nobody takes him seriously anyway, right?
It doesn't matter because a hero gets to be that way for 24/7, and he
Yeah.
gets. To...
It was totally like making it like a soap opera though, because it's like he has amnesia and can't remember now, and like right, it kind of like drama.
I did
it out
notice
a little
that.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah, but
I like that about it.
I think it makes sense because I think that tends to be the route that more modern shows kind of do. They always have these like soap opera-y elements to it.
I'm going to talk about the soap opera elements. The very first episode of Patrick Warburton one, and they're up on the rooftops.
Oh yeah, and what Miss Liberty and or Captain Liberty and
Batman Well.
Yeah,
Batman Well is my favorite. He's so awesome in that show.
I wish
just trying to score the ladies. That's the only reason he wears the suit.
Yep.
I like it when.
I hope he comes back. I really like Miss Lint though. I thought she was. I thought the concept of her constantly being
yes,
covered in lint
I did like how they
is
always
so funny.
they always gave her a reason to be covered in lint.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
And I love how it pisses her off so much.
Yeah.
So much.
That sounds like the terror right there. So much.
Yeah,
I did the terror voice earlier, and you didn't acknowledge it.
Well, I heard it. I acknowledged it with
Sure.
I was sending you a psychic link.
Well, it didn't work. You really need
Yes,
to
I'm
work.
not a hero.
you guys
Really
need
need to work on your
it.
ESPN there, Shaq.
Do it. Yeah.
A tear. What I like about it. I thought it was too short, but at the same time, I know it's hypocritical. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Instead of being the 22, 45-minute CW show, or 22 episodes, 45 minutes.
How
right?
long was each episode?
25.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought they were only half hours, right?
Yeah. And
Huge.
They just went by, and I liked it.
Yeah.
Like that, but it was still too short. So, because I want more.
I think to say that you want more is huge. That's a major compliment to the series. Yeah. I feel that way about the first one. I wish there was more of the first one. But again, I also kind of like it that it's only this 9-episode little gem that you have to kind of go out and pursue and try to find.
Unless you have Amazon, then you just find it.
Which must be a new thing for Amazon because they like bought the license to the Tick.
Oh, they must
so now
have,
they get that because it didn't used to be on there. When I first watched it,
I wonder if they get the animated series now.
I don't know. You'd think coming up, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, in this one, I want to say for sure the 2001 version, the original creator, what's his name, Ben Edlund, is involved with it. So he did do some writing for the show, and like he totally was there and he was part of the show. And I tried to pay attention, but I kept forgetting to. I don't know that he's as much of a part of this 2016 version.
Yeah, I never saw the name, or I probably just didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I wonder if just like Amazon bought it and made a show.
I think you're right.
That must be kind of what's gone on here.
Yeah.
He maybe sold it for a bunch of money, and now they get to do whatever they want with it.
I hope he did. I really do.
Yeah.
Now he can take that money and create something different.
Maybe. We'll see, right? Because it's been since... I don't know what else he's done, but it's been since 86.
No, the Mite.
Yeah.
The
Might.
The Grub.
The Mighty
Like
Might.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, isn't that a... Mighty Mite, isn't that a character?
No, Mighty Mouse is a character.
Oh, I'm thinking of the weird... Oh, Batmite, that's what I'm thinking of. The
Batmite?
weird, like, chibi Batman thing. It's like the weird parody guy.
I haven't seen
Mr.
it.
Mixelpleck or whatever.
Not Batman Well.
I love Batman Well.
He cracks me up,
Well.
dude.
And
My
no,
favorite is when Arthur gets the date. There's a later episode where Arthur gets a date with this chick from high school, and the only reason she wants to go on a date with him is because he's wearing the super suit. And he's like, she comes up to him, she's like, "Hey, what are you doing later? You want to go get a drink or something?" He's like, "Yeah, just let me go change." And she's like, "No, don't change." She's like, "You want me to wear the suit?" She's like, "Yes." And then he's telling Batman Well about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, ladies love the suit. Men love the suit. Wear the suit. In fact, put 2 suits on." Batman Well's awesome.
I had to take a cab. I said I would get there later. And you didn't, and I had to take a cab.
Yeah. He's pretty good.
I just, Captain, I love how she just blows him off all the time.
Constantly.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah, she's talking. He's like, "Well, can we just go and fix my car, please? I'd like
We
that
can do it
to
later.
Yeah.
So what time could be? Yeah, I like the Terror more in the new one. How he shot syphilis into everyone's eyes and they got blind. Like that weird thing. That was funny. Like he was a lot more like just messed up in the new one.
Yeah, well, I think that in the new one, they do some really, really amazing jobs of like committing 1,000,000% to these certain parts of it, which made it so good. But then there were like these weird shortcomings in it that I felt like just didn't represent the Tick the way I wanted it to. So it was like this weird up and down for me. It really was. I loved the overkill and how he was just over the top.
Oh,
And I loved his, what was his danger mode or whatever?
Danger boat. Danger moat.
What was it? What was his name?
Danger boat.
Danger boat? Was it
Yeah,
what it was? I thought it was danger mode.
It was
It's a boat. Danger boat. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah.
God.
But I thought that is the takeaway best part of that show. Is their dynamic and the way they work. Like I felt like they could have been an actual like Tick villain.
Oh, is this your boat? No,
or,
I'm his roommate.
Yeah. And I like later on when he's like, yeah, actually, that's not what the suit says. I cracked the code, and the light just like turns. Excuse me, I cracked the code.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
I'm just gonna do a quick interrupt on how this smells. It smells like root beer mixed with hand sanitizer. Tastes
I do not
awesome.
I do
just
not like
about
the teddies.
same.
And that's
Wow.
the one that
Does it taste like toothpaste? That's the real question.
It tastes. I used to love Teddy.
I do not like the teddies at all. And that's the one that won. That's the one that won the Marcus and the Aiden episode.
It was. Yep.
Oh, it's so bad.
But of course, the rest of them
What
in
is
there,
it?
right?
Well, the teddies is pure sugar. It's like you taste it and it's like, oh my god, sugar.
It doesn't taste like toothpaste. It tastes like.
I always
it does.
also hate it when something brags is caffeine free because to me that's like not a bonus.
I think that's
Right?
what it is. It's that it's caffeine free.
Well,
But
except
all
for,
root beer is caffeine free. Maybe
No, Barks
can
isn't.
you get caffeinated root
no,
beer?
Barks is caffeinated.
Is that the bite? That's
Probably.
that's
probably the
that's the
bite.
after bite.
Well, I just know that this is really bad, but I'll drink it anyways. I'll commit.
Nice way to take one for the team.
Yeah.
You and Shaq. Always say, long
I'll give Shaq some.
free throw.
Yeah.
Did I have anything else to say? Yeah.
I do want to say I'm impressed with your phone case there, your protective case.
yeah,
Do you
it's
actually
like
have
a-
to undo the screws?
Yeah, you have to undo the screws.
It sounds like a royal pain in the
Yeah.
ass, but it's actually pretty awesome.
Oh, it is. Well,
I bet
there used to
Iron
be a
Man's
glass,
phone is something similar.
used to be a glass screen, and I got a fidget spinner, and I was like, "What happens if I?" And I bonked it, and there's a tiny little the tiniest chip, and then one day I pull it out, and the whole thing's shattered. So I had to pull all the glass out, and I cut my thumb really bad.
Wow, it was like actual glass.
Oh yeah, it was a heavy duty one. I need to get another one because it's getting dirt inside now, so it's parts of it are sticking to the phone when I take it off, so it's harder to clean. Yeah, I shouldn't. Don't mess around with fidget spinners, kids. You don't know the danger it could cause.
Lesson learned.
Don't worry, not our generation.
Not yet.
Yeah. I got enough real world crap to do that I don't need something to take
Dude,
up
we
my time.
had Pogs
Pog. No, you had Pogs. Don't throw me into that mix.
and Micro Machines.
Okay, I had a few micro machines. I
I
did.
didn't see that.
I always had Legos. That would be a big one. That was my fidget spinner. Was my tote of Legos.
Yeah,
Well,
and
okay,
Marcus
Legos
totally
are
did not
cool,
see that.
though.
And Lincoln Logs. Did you
you
have
didn't
Lincoln
see that.
Logs? Like
Totally had
garbage
Lincoln
toys?
Logs. I
hated
love
those.
Lincoln Logs.
Those
The
are
only
so
thing
dumb.
Lincoln Logs were good for was to build a crappy little house
Yeah.
that you destroyed with something else, like
Dude.
your Godzilla figure.
I built Lincoln Log freaking bases for my GI Joes, so that I could destroy them.
I feel like there'd be a
Destroy the
better-
bases.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the only point of
Yeah.
the Lincoln Logs was so you could destroy it.
easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
I was never that stoked with it. Whenever somebody gave me or the Connects, weren't they Connects? The weird, they were
Yeah.
like the lame Legos that were just like tubes and little pokey things.
I didn't care for Connects too.
I
Those
didn't care about
magnet
them.
ones.
No, I like the magnet ones better.
Those ones are cool. I used to try and make domes with them, or just weird shapes. I like those.
Yeah,
Anything
you-
with magnets, I'm in. But Lincoln Logs, it's like the precursor to Legos.
You like magnets? Check out V-Gate Motors.
So like a magnet motor?
Yes, it's
Ooh.
it's a perpetual motion machine.
Oh, that's
Nice.
yeah. That's where we need to go.
We have
That's some
some.
nerdy stuff.
We have these little teeny, like they're a little bit thinner. They're a little bit smaller than like an Altoid. these little magnets at work. There's little super magnets, but they're like strong enough where you can put one on the top of your hand and one underneath your
have
hand,
those, and if they-
it'll totally hold itself.
I've been pinched so hard with those. Like,
If they flip and like snap,
Yeah.
it'll go click and totally purple your skin.
My friend had it was a 4-inch by 4-inch by 4-inch block neodymium magnet,
Nice.
and I was over 100.
Throw it at a wall.
It was over 100 pounds of force, and his dad was like, "I don't see what's so special about this." And he's standing next to his backhoe. I don't see what's so special about. Oh, bap! Crushed his hand against the backhoe.
I bet.
Did it like break it?
No, it didn't break it. We had to make like this scissor deal out of 2x4s to like slide it off. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, you don't mess with magnets. That's the future. Magnets.
So, before we digress too much, should
Yes.
we bring the tick full circle? Do we want to
we
like put
gonna
a
do this?
score
Oh, yeah,
on it?
let's slap a score.
Do we do a tentative mid-season score?
Tentative mid-season score.
I feel like we're
Okay.
obligated to watch the next. I will finish this first season, but
Well, you didn't finish it all the way?
well, you didn't either. You only watched till episode 6.
Okay. Yep. That one hurt.
Yeah, but it's totally valid and true.
All right, fine. I'll give you
Nobody
that one.
finished it, which is kind of an issue I have with it. I think that's kind of a BS thing to say.
Well, I mean,
And apparently the director and the people making it were like, "That's so cool. We're so stoked that we're going to release it in 2 like 6-episode blocks."
it could have just been a thing by Amazon where it's like, we'll fund you more if the first part does good.
I'm amazed this got made into a show. Based on that pilot, which I thought was total garbage, I'm blown away that this got made into a show. Where is Van Johnson?
Oh, that was good.
Right?
I clicked on it actually yesterday, and seasons are coming. It says
I feel like
Oh, the house plumbing.
the Van Johnson's going to be terrible.
coconut water.
Yeah, right? Everything.
It's, yeah.
I don't get it. They never do. That was so good.
That was, that was that's going to be one of my favorite shows when it comes out.
Oh, I've already watched that pilot episode like 8 times. I've showed it to different
I've only
people.
watched it twice.
I've seen it so many. Every time I show it to somebody, it's my favorite part is that we sit down and we watch it. It takes about 10 minutes in or so before they realize it's a spoof.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be funny and it's supposed to be a spoof. It's like, yes,
When
right?
he
But-
goes out on his, what are those called?
oh, the Segway.
The
to
Segway,
get the
yeah.
mail, yeah.
with the claw thing. That killed me. And how he couldn't do the splits.
Yeah. He's the king of the splits.
Wait,
yeah.
one at a time. Might get confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was watching The Raid 2, one of the best action movies, the other day, and I noticed that people were kind of coming at him one at a time. I'm like, huh.
That's very Van Damme.
Yeah. Very old, like, kung fu action movie style.
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid because I really think this one exceeded the potential of the pilot as far as the tick goes. I watched that pilot and I thought, I don't care. I don't give a crap about this show. I don't care if it comes out.
Well, the pilot was just Arthur whining.
And his suit was weird. It's like the dynamic between them wasn't, which I think is unfair. I think it's really unfair. Just as a general rule, I don't like if Amazon's going to pursue this method. I think it's really unfair to judge a series based on the pilot.
Yeah.
Like, how many TV series have you seen where the pilot's garbage, but then once you get 2 or
Always
3
Sunny.
episodes in,
Yeah.
right?
Or where the pilot's amazing and then they just never follow it up.
That's what I think is going to happen with Van Johnson. I think it's going to be the opposite of the
No.
tick.
I think that's what they did with the Preacher.
Yeah.
I think
I
Van
also
Johnson's
agree.
it's going to be great. It has to be.
Right? It has to. That's what
has
I
to.
feel. I'm just like,
Ugh.
if you could do this with a pilot, then what can you do with a series, right? So I give this tick show a lot of props for doing so much better
I think they can do
than
it.
they did the pilot.
I think okay. Here's where it can be if they have a set endpoint
For what?
for the series.
Oh,
So
the tick?
it's like you get your pilot, and if your pilot's approved, you get to make this many episodes, and this is it. Make a full story arc to fit that.
Ooh.
Then they can do it. I think that's when they can do a good job. You see what I'm saying?
You have to go into
But-
it with that pilot and setting up those things and with the intentions to do that full story.
And just
though.
hope that your time
Right?
wasn't wasted.
Yeah. You have to go into it committed to
But
all those
if
episodes.
they come in
already.
and just say, "Hey, you're going until we stop your funding," you're going to be like, "Great! So I got to come up with 5 years worth of content and keep this rolling, and it's going to be your '90s sitcom when it shouldn't
Filler.
be."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't. I
So,
think it's
A
tough.
CW show.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
Have another speedster attack him.
Yeah.
Bring another speedster. You know, I think we're missing speedsters. Could
we
use a
need
few
another
more
Archer on
speedsters.
Team Arrow.
Hey,
Yeah. Hey, suit up! I got a spare bow in the back. go get a spare bow out of the trunk of the Aeromobile.
really? A Monkey Wes? What? People love monkeys. Yeah, exactly.
All right, you guys ready for some scores?
Um,
Right-handed. So good I am at writing.
All right.
I kind of feel like if you've watched them, you should base it on the other ones you've seen.
Based on the other ones I've seen, based on what I like, what I don't like, 6.5.
6.5. So based on that,
Yeah.
what would you give the cartoon and the other tick? Like, did it go up or did it go down?
Cartoon is going to be a 7 and 6.75 for the
Wow, oh my gosh, he's like ready.
So it did go down just a little bit for you.
little bit.
A little bit.
All because of Arthur.
Yeah, he's...
Although that said, I like the Arthur in that better than the cartoon Arthur.
I could see that.
I really didn't care for Arthur in the cartoon as well either, so.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. Touche. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to give the cartoon, I'm going to give it an 8. I think it is really great. It totally reminds me of being a little kid. There's a lot of nostalgia and bias in that score, but I totally think it's worth an 8. I think everybody should check it out if you can find it. I think you can YouTube episodes. That's what I did the
saw
other
one
day to
on
catch
YouTube.
up. Yeah.
The audio might be a little weird, but
And again, that might be because there's like weird licensing issues going on, and it's like not being pulled. Who knows? I think the 2001 version. If I had to score that, I would give that one. Man, I think I'd give it like a 6.5. I think it's better than okay, but it's not as good as the cartoon. And I think this one, I'm just gonna give it a 5. I think it's only okay. I would be fine if it just ended and that I didn't have to watch any more of it. I'm not that chomping at the bit.
I want to see another episode,
Yeah.
see the rest of it. I really do.
I don't really care.
now you're in between us.
Yeah.
I really want to see Captain
Right now, I'm
Terror.
just gonna get beat up,
Dude, okay. The Terror?
Yeah, I liked the Terror.
Like, when I hated the Terror until he came back, I was like, I don't know what your problem is. I figured you'd have killed him in the first day.
Yeah,
Okay, I love this guy now.
Yeah.
This guy's freaking awesome.
he was really good, and Overkill is really good.
Yeah. All right, my score. I never watched the cartoon, so maybe one day I'll come back, 8, 10, 20 years later, be like, hey, cartoon, whatever.
I think, I think it'd be really hard to do going in reverse. It's not the same at all.
Animation.
Well, I mean,
And, like,
even
Saturday
even
morning
the 2001
cartoon
show.
animation.
It's like I was like, 2001 shows looked like that old.
Yeah.
Surprised. I gave that, from what I saw, I think 3-4 episodes. 7.5. It was really good. The new one, 8.
Wow,
I loved it.
I'm actually not surprised by that
Actually,
at all.
8.5.
Wow.
I'm
All right, so do me a
Because it's-
favor
it's-
then. Will you at least watch the rest of these? Because I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
think
I
that
will.
those get better
I'll just
as they
binge
go. Because
Yes.
again, it's that like pilot. Everybody gets to know their character and kind of get into everything. There's a really good one where is it Captain Immortal or something? Later on, something happens with Captain Immortal, and the Tick learns about death and everything, and that whole scene is really hilarious.
Oh, I bet it
When
is.
he discovers that people die, it cracks me up.
Oh.
I was like, everybody dies? And I was like, yeah. He's like, what about little kittens and puppies? Yeah, they die. They die. What about you? Yeah, I'm going to die someday. And it's awesome.
I mean, from what you guys are coming from seeing the other shows first. I'm coming from my impression of superhero shows. So like,
Yeah.
most of them, they at least try to be. I think the funniest superhero show I've seen is The Flash, and as you know, I can't. I'm done watching it
Yeah.
because it's just not good. But this is really original. It's so funny, and it's fresh from everything out there. I mean, even Daredevil, right? Like even that darker, like really grim tone, like that might get old after a while. So I'll always have the Tick to bounce back on.
It does, but I
like it.
really like it.
Well, and I think you bring up a completely valid point by saying that this, it is the most current version of the Tick, but it is also, because the Tick is always a spoof of whatever the superheroes at the time,
Yeah.
this is more of a spoof of our modern day hero, which I think is a super valid point. I never really considered it that way when I was
Yeah.
first watching it. I'd always related it to the original stuff. So I do think that's a really valid point. It makes sense. But
it does follow in the spirit of what it is.
yes, as far as being modernized and all of that. But I just
Way to go, Jack.
But I always
points?
feel like when you bring something back that I feel like had such strong roots to begin with, it can take away from that original experience. And so, in a way, I kind of feel I feel bad for you that you didn't get to experience the Tick in the order that it was released. It'll be hard to go the other way.
Yeah. But I mean, from what I've seen of the 2001 show, it's good 0.5. It's like almost great. Or well, yeah, it's very good. That's what a good 0.5 would be. Yeah.
This show of the Tick really reminded me a lot of
Oh, hey, buddy.
what is the show called? Powerless. Did you ever watch Powerless?
No.
Was that like the cleanup crew show? I heard about it.
Kind of. It's about this like it's a Wayne Tech building that all these like normal people work in, and they try to come up with these like devices to help everyday people while like superheroes are destroying the city, and like it's totally like this sitcom setup, and it's really cheesy and campy.
Oh, that's fun.
But there's all these like superhero tie-ins and cliche stuff like that really kind of is very modernized. That reminds me, they have a very similar feel.
And it's owned by DC?
Yeah, it's very it exists within the DC world for sure.
Well, I heard about one show where it's like, is it a recent show?
I think it's Powerless is what it's called. I'm
No, I
not
mean,
sure.
like, is it recent?
Yeah, I want to say, and I think it's been canceled. I think it lasted maybe 3 seasons.
Because I saw in a magazine, I think a while ago, something about a show where it's like either people cleaning up or doing something like that, but it's about like people that don't have powers while everyone else is just going around blowing everything up.
Yeah, and it's really cheesy and really campy. I think the guy who runs the company is like the brother of Bruce Wayne or something, or a cousin of him or something,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like the unfavored one, and it's the only reason that he runs the company. And like this new chick gets hired on who's actually got brains and is trying to be productive, but everybody else in the organization is such a goofball that nothing ever gets done.
Yeah,
It's like cliche stuff.
IT Crowd, is that the name of the show?
I don't know, I haven't seen it.
I think it's IT Crowd. That's a funny one.
Maybe I could watch it after watching Powerless. Now.
I mean,
I've transitioned.
There's no it's not about superheroes at all. It's just some British show, but it's good. IT Crowd, check it out. New anime of the month.
New anime of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anime?
Yeah, I can remember the whole
But you said it's British.
British Britame.
Okay, that's off limits. And Canadian. Canadian and British cannot make anime.
No.
They make really crappy
They can
animated stuff.
they can voice act anime
Okay.
because all your Funimation voice acting comes from Canada. But anyway,
So,
yes, they know how to scream really well up there.
yeah. So, this month,
seen-
we're going to play Strike Vector EX. So download it and play
Yes.
I already started
it. We
it.
should
It's
do a
good.
little powwow and all get together and battle each other at some point, just
Oh, wait,
so we
there's-
can do that.
That's a thing?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going
it says there's
to.
a multiplayer. Yeah. We
Yeah, I
can.
think it's strictly online from what I
No,
thought.
there's a single player.
Okay.
Yeah, and it has I mean, from what I've played so far, it's really fun. Definitely play it in first person. That makes it way cooler to watch.
So I'm gonna play it in third person.
Yeah. Pro tip: don't feel like you always need to be in so you can go from normal mode to boost mode, and if you it's hard to talk and do. Oh. Okay, so if you're in boost mode and want to go like through under something or in like a tight area, what you do is you get in normal mode, use like the drop down button, which doesn't work when you're in boost mode because in normal you can go up and down like this, but in boost you have to like aim.
Yeah.
So like drop down and then shoot out, or like drop, turn, shoot. It helps a lot.
All right.
How quick can you
Take note.
switch between modes?
Oh,
I think it's like on the
instantly,
fly.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So
And
then
it's so cool when you go into boost because like you hear it, like they
Nice.
really
Turn
made
up the
it feel
surround
like you're
sound.
Flying what?
Turn up the surround sound.
put
I
the
have,
headphones
I have
I
on.
don't
kick
have-
butt
I don't
surround
have
sound, so I'm
surround
gonna do it.
Yeah.
Put the headphones
We'll
on.
have to try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a surround sound headset. So
Which is probably
Oh, I
also
do.
old
I
school.
have
Does
a
anybody
headset.
still have surround sound? It's just like a sound bar and a sub.
that's pretty standard now. Yeah.
Yeah. Or headphones. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had surround
So
sound.
download it and play it because it's free right now, people. Do
Yes.
it. Play
And
it. Let us know what you
Infamous,
think.
If you don't have Infamous, might as well. It's free.
Oh, there's
Say-
a bunch of
say-
other free ones, but
get
this is
the-
one we're playing, so do it.
So get the app, put them in your cart, buy them. You don't have to download them. They don't take up space.
Oh, and caution, there are 2 that are on the list this month that are just discounts. Did
Really?
you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, when I went to do it with
What
my
is it?
phone, I went to go to finalize purchase, and it was like $10. And I was like, what? And so I had to delete those. So caution, people. There's 2 in there that are going to cost you money. They're just
When did they do
discounted.
this, and what are they?
One was Retro City Rampage or something.
Yeah,
which
no.
And then
Yeah.
another one, I can't remember. But anyway, they're
Just
in
off
there.
the
as
name, I
discounts.
don't like it.
Excuse me.
It's
That's what I think of it.
Hotline Miami mixed with Grand Theft Auto, I think.
Really?
Actually,
Yeah.
It looks kind of,
Oh, it might actually
I
be
was
fun.
actually okay with it and was stoked to play it on my Vita, but it's not part of the deal, so don't fall for it, people. And then the other thing we're doing this month, which is the classic all-American anime, Futurama.
Yes.
Futurama. Sarsaparilla.
Can we just,
So
can we
watch
just
some of
finish
that.
it and make it animation?
Animation. Should we just do that?
American animation.
No, because we're modern, we're staying current, and kids are all about the briefs.
They're what?
The briefs, right?
I'm not a kid, dude.
I don't even know what an abbrev is. How
Wow.
young kids are you? Is it like an Aiden thing? Is that what he says?
It's abbreviated for abbreviated.
That's too modern.
An abbrev.
That went right over my head.
Yeah.
Maybe that's old.
It's not old at all.
No, let's see.
Oh my god.
And also next week, we're going to have Dan on the show. Dan Mackin from
Oh, yeah.
Docking Bay 93, and we're going to drink more Acer mead.
A sear.
Acer.
Sear.
Sear. I swear it was a...
I
Sear.
watched the episode. I watched that episode and I was like,
A sear.
Yep, getting it. Yeah.
Every time I get it wrong. Every single
sear.
time.
Just tattoo.
One
it
thing I
on
will
yourself.
get right, though, is that the mead is amazing, and all you guys should go get some.
Yes, it
As
is.
long as you're of legal
Not
age.
you, Cody.
Yeah, probably not Cody. And Cody, put a video on your channel, will you,
Yeah,
please?
this is Cody's
Even if it's
channel.
just like you, hey, I'm Cody. Like, that's all it has to be, right?
Yeah,
This little
exactly.
short
Yeah.
2-second video. Hey, I'm Cody. This is my channel.
And I think he did say I'm a gamer. So he should have some gameplay in there too.
You think, like, I love that we're critiquing him. He was so positive and awesome to jump on board.
Yeah,
and we're
dude,
just
I love
gonna,
it.
We're just gonna throw him under the bus.
Dude, any game.
Yeah. No, you're my
play
biggest
Check the
YouTube
video
fan.
game.
Play Kirby's Dream Land. I'll watch that.
Okay.
You know, not for long, but I'll watch
We
it.
should we give him homework? I think the homework
He already
that
has homework. He's in school.
he's just recently he's gonna get homework, right?
Yeah.
I think school just
Yes,
started
I
up.
just realized it.
Cody, if I have any recommendation for you, is to go watch the 2001 version of The Tick. Do it and see what you think,
Yeah.
because it is more true, I think, to that original. Tick
It
concept.
would be worth watching that before you watch the current one.
I think so too. It's gonna be hard to go in reverse. I think it would be even harder to go from the new one to the 2001 and then to the cartoon. You're gonna be like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
It's almost like it's getting older.
Yeah, because it is.
exactly.
Thank you for that. Yeah. So let's go back over to Jay because he's the beer guy.
You're right. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, I drink it, but you talk about it.
I really think we need to get Mac back because I feel dumb after having him on our episode. And I'm like, hey, yeah, beer. Yeah, you beer.
Yeah, it did. Although when
Drink.
when I sat down and because we went out and had a beer, it was before the autonomous one that we had. on one of the most recent ones.
The
And I was sitting down and
vegetable beer.
bantering with him, and I did feel okay about it because he was like, "Yeah, you're there." He had the same thing you said. They're very layman descriptions, but you're spot on.
exactly
Is what he said. Yeah,
That's the way I put it. It's
I'm
like,
not technical about it, but I'll tell you what I think.
no, they're good descriptions. They really are.
But they're just ultra layman.
Just it gets the point across. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you don't need to use big, like, fancy. Ugh. That makes you sound like a wine critic. No one wants to sound like that.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a beer snob. Like I am because I don't want to drink Bud Light, but I also just appreciate the variety in beer.
You're a beer snob because you live in Washington.
That's true.
Okay, you live in the Pacific Northwest. I'll expand it out to that because, okay, you live on the West Coast.
Yeah, right. Which I kind of think anybody that doesn't probably just assumes we're snobs in general.
Well, dude, okay, so you go out of this area at all, and I'm talking the whole West Coast because the whole West Coast does have good beer.
Yeah.
Although,
Just
like,
better in every way.
the Pacific Northwest is. Dude, we are. Okay, seriously. Okay.
Wow!
Okay.
All joking aside.
No, I mean, seriously. You go the standards of what we have available to us as our regular options.
Just for anything or
just for most anything. You go to the supermarket and just look at any aisle. The regular options are just better quality stuff here.
That's true.
Then you go even counties away. Like, go east of the mountains at all.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
No, I'm serious.
Eastern Washington is just a desert.
Dude, okay. Just take coffee.
Very true.
Get out of
And
this
coffee.
state at all.
I have to do it. I'm sorry.
Bye-bye.
I thought I could write it out, but I can't.
I mean, yeah, Montana.
But no, I'm
I
serious.
think of Montana.
So you go across the country. You don't get good coffee again at restaurants, rest areas, quick stops, anything until you get to the Great Lakes again. Seriously, it's like,
Why is that?
I don't know.
Do we grow? I thought coffee beans are imported.
Coffee beans are imported. Good point. But for some reason, we know what to do with them.
Maybe it's because, like, a bunch of it's getting imported to the coasts. So, like, the closer you are, the better quality you'll have.
Now, take that another step. New York, Jersey, you got coasts right there. Some of the largest shipping ports in the country, right there.
Where do coffee beans come from? Africa? Do they come from
South.
Africa?
There are some from Africa.
I'm trying to think of, like,
South
map of the
America.
world.
South America is like the major producer.
Maybe
Colombia.
they just ship it up west more.
But I don't know what it is about this area. Coffee is amazing. But the produce, go to the produce section. The produce and the fruit, amazing. Every freaking grocery store you go to around here. Great produce selection. Go to the meat department. Cuts of meats that we get are really good cuts of meat. And you go everywhere else in the country, and they're going to charge you the same price for their top cuts or their top produce or their top coffee or whatever than we get for our tops. But our tops are just better.
Nice.
We are...
Yeah, you said it.
No, I'm sorry, but we're spoiled here.
I totally agree. We're completely
I
spoiled.
mean, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we get
You
rain,
have that
unlike, you know...
Perfect. Can you do that again? Oh, thank you.
yeah.
I can't do that. It's above me.
It's beyond you.
It's beyond me.
You know, we have a rain, unlike... Well, I mean, California. California is just like a desert now. Rip California.
Dude,
Never
Washington's a desert right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks.
everything
Oh, it
is,
looks
yeah.
like it's raining. It's just because Oregon's on fire and Montana.
Oh, dude, okay. Have you looked at the fire map? Dude, Oregon's on fire. Washington is on fire. Like,
Oh.
all of Washington is on fire. Half of Idaho's on fire. All of North Montana's on fire.
Oh, there's a fire like really close to where my uncle lives, but he hasn't evacuated yet.
And where does he live?
Almost like mid Washington or mid Montana.
Oh, okay.
Place called Willow Creek.
Northern Montana. Right on the border.
Oh, I think I-90 doesn't I-90 dip. I don't even know.
Yes, I-90 does gradually dip across
So I
Montana
think
until it hits
He's pretty low there then.
Wyoming, and then it drops down into Wyoming.
Yeah, like he's pretty low. So I don't know. Maybe it's just gone further.
I don't know.
Rip all.
I feel
America.
super fortunate to live where we live.
Oh, dude, we too.
Florida.
There's no complaints.
I think there's 3 hurricanes there now.
There's one super hurricane right now.
Well, no, there was one and then another, and then I heard that there's going to be like another.
The third one's supposed to hit tomorrow.
Oh my god!
Well, which is going to be
That would
yesterday or the day
suck.
But
before.
all sorts of crazy crap happens in Florida.
Well, yeah, Florida is like the news capital of the
Yeah, it's
freaking
like the
country.
crazy trade.
We
of the
don't have
country.
hurricanes. We don't have tornadoes. We don't have any of that.
I take was it Kent or Bellevue that had the hurricane like 4 or 5 years ago?
Oh, really?
I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
know they could.
Or not a hurricane, but a tornado.
Oh, yeah, tornado. Yeah,
I
I
heard
remember
of
hearing that. Yeah.
Well, that's the difference is land versus water.
Well, that and like we're all kind of
And it's
tucked behind this
tropical.
peninsula, right?
Okay,
It's like
since we're
it'd be a
farther
big
north.
deal if the hurricane reached us.
If it traveled all the way across the country,
That's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Or even for the other way, it's like we have this nice buffer.
Hurricane Sonic. Just
no, that'd be Knuckles.
Yes,
Hurricane Barry Allen.
not Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Shaq.
sorry, it's probably a licensing issue, not an official sponsor. Although we'd love it. We love you,
Yeah.
Shaq.
Shaq, please come on.
Yeah.
Show.
Where is Shazam
We'll give you
2?
$1.
Please, Shazam 2. Sequels are always better, especially if they have Shaq.
Think of any
Wow.
sequel with Shaq.
So anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do you think of the beer? What do you think of your root beer?
Still bad.
Is it?
Still bad. Hasn't got any better.
The smell is really like because I've
Can
got.
I give it a
smelling
sniff?
now.
All right.
Yeah, root beer, hand sanitizer.
I get it's almost like root beer barrel candy. Very sweet
yeah.
kind of candy-ish.
Yeah, it
smell.
does. It smells just
That's
like
what
the
it
root.
tastes like.
Just
too.
Just
I
like
hate
the
that
root beer
candy.
barrel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, there you go.
So
Which
bad.
I do as well.
I feel heavier now. Ugh.
I really don't care for many hard candies. Period.
Me either.
Wow,
Mom, who
that's
thinks I love Jolly Ranchers and constantly buys me big, huge monster Costco-sized bags of Jolly Ranchers. I don't like them.
Dude,
Right?
I used to keep.
How rude.
They're not good. Although the chew ones that are like in between the now and laters, those are amazing. Get those, people. They're not gummies, they're chews.
Jolly Ranchers are amazing for vodka.
For vodka? Like you put them in the vodka?
Yeah, you sort them out and get all like the green apples or get all whichever your favorite color is.
So what you meant to say was vodka's amazing for Jolly Ranchers.
Whatever. However you want to put it.
Okay, no, I'm willing to try it.
Dude, seriously.
Because I don't really like
If
vodka
you wanna make-
or
if you wanna make
Jolly
the flavored,
Ranchers.
The flavored vodkas, you should drop a bunch of Jolly Ranchers in there.
All right, like a bunch into like a fifth
Of this, yes.
of the same one.
Of the same one.
Don't go all
mix
crazy.
them.
Don't get too crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait till you've had a little bit of your Jolly Rancher vodka concoction before you start going
If you
crazy.
want to mix them, mix bottles.
Okay. I'm curious to try this
Not
now
you.
because I don't like either. Yeah, except for him, and except for Cody,
Yeah.
maybe. If not, go for it, Cody. You know your age. So this beer,
So what do you think of it?
I think it's amazing. I think it's balanced so well. This is. I've been complaining about high number IPAs for several episodes now, and I've said they're too sweet. The under attenuated thing has been so obvious, just super clear in all the ones we've had. I've been getting burnt out. I had a whole case of Space Dust. I'm so sick of it. I'm so glad that it's gone.
Can we be clear though? Space Dust has changed
Is that a
dramatically.
drink?
Yeah.
Sounds like meth.
Yeah,
Dust.
it's bad, man. It tastes like that too now. It tastes like it's made in a
Tastes
gas
like
can.
meth.
That's what it tastes like now. If you let it warm up at all, it tastes like a gas can.
It does. And
Last time I tasted a gas can, tasted exactly like Space Dust.
Space Dust has become Budweiserized.
It's really too bad. And I feel like there's a lot of competition to have an
doing
IPA
okay, dude?
that has
Yeah, I
those
just-
numbers.
You're spazzing a little bit.
No, I saluted to Space Dust.
To the
Never
Space Dust.
forget.
Yeah,
Oh,
never
okay.
forget what it used to be. It's true. But I feel like there's like this race to make an awesome IPA, but also have these numbers, and we don't really care how we get there. We're just going to race to get there. Right?
Which has been my complaint about IPAs pretty much since we've been doing the show.
Yeah, and I've come around to that. Like, I've been getting burnt out, and I have to say, this is so refreshing. This is exactly what I want at height, because it's over 8%. That's
Yep.
a high number.
Yep.
And I think it does it so well. It's warmed up now. I have this afterburn
matter.
of alcohol. Like, it's really, really good.
It's really easy to drink no matter where it is.
Yeah.
It is sweet, but it's a high number beer. It's going to be a little bit. You're just going to get that a little bit.
There's a subtle little bit of the alcohol in there, but not. It's not in your after breath when you breathe after a drink.
It's not high.
No.
I'm 8%.
No. It's not in your face that bad. But I really think that they did a really good job of ending it with that bitter finish that really cleans your palate.
Yes,
It really does.
it really does. It's so smooth. It's hard to say because I'm looking at sediment right now.
Yeah. Well, it is unfiltered.
I know, which is great. But it's got a lot of that yeasty bit that you'd normally complain about. It's got a lot of that.
It's not so bad. It's kind of more in the middle taste.
But it's balanced. It's balanced in there. It's
Yeah.
It's just part of the beer, and it's really good. I don't know how else to really put it. It's the malt has a really good sweet flavor to it. It's got some of that bready flavors, which I really love. I love it when they roast the malts just a little bit, just a little toasty to them, giving that little bit of a bready flavor to them. You're getting that out of it. It just you're drinking grains. The yeast is in there. It gives you some of the little fruity notes. And the hops, it's not just a straight citrus smack you in the face bitter. It's so many flavors going on. You get the grassies, you get the citrus, you get some really spicy notes actually out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are. I mean, it's almost...
It kind of helps mask that little bit of alcohol-y bit it's got
It
to it a
does,
little bit.
but
yeah.
and as much as I hate your most of your spice stuff, like your Hefeweizens and stuff, which are really strong with the spice flavors and stuff, this has that, and they've gotten it from the hops. It's not spices added, but it's... God, I really don't know how to put it. It's just really good.
It is super
And
good.
it tastes bottle conditioned. It tastes like it's can conditioned. I think it's. I don't think it's artificially carbonated beforehand.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Like they do that in the can, like as it goes in the can.
I think it's mixed with the priming sugar and then canned, and then it carbonates while it's in the can. It tastes like it is anyway.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm beer fridge worthy. I think
Oh,
that's
totally.
the biggest compliment we could
That's
give
what
someone.
I- that's
Totally
what I
beer
said
fridge
before.
worthy,
Yeah.
and not door beer fridge, but like in the back, hoping that
And-
somebody
and-
will grab crap beer before they
And
get
please
to
note,
it. Because I want the good stuff.
and please note, this is 4 cans for what, $16?
Was it that much?
I think it was.
I was gonna say, was it $13.99?
Maybe something like that. But
Yeah,
it's
it's up there, more than $10,
Teddy's
which is a lot.
$1, so.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not cheap for 4 cans, and I want these 4 cans in my beer fridge.
Yes, but they are at least 16s,
Yes, they are a full.
which is such a cheap
They're a
beer
full glass.
move, but I love it. Kudos to that.
They're
right?
tall cans.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Totally worth it. I think if you can drink it, then drink it.
Yeah, so
Get it.
Yeah, say the Leo versus Ad versus.
Love it.
Yeah, love it.
Total
Get it.
thumbs up. I think it's what I've been wanting in an IPA with numbers for a while now. I'm going to give this an 8.5.
I was going to give it a solid 9.
Nice. Yeah. I think this is really, really good. Really, really great, actually.
Not grating.
No. And so,
So how are you gonna do
Canada. Yeah, list your Canada beer.
The
Your Canada ale.
Yeah, ginger ale. I mean, it's passable, right? If you're really poor and you want some ginger ale, just get a big thing of Canada.
I will take the
Is
Canada
this-
Dry over the Schweppes
Schweppes.
any day.
Where's
I've never
Schweppes
had
made?
Schweppes. The name
Is that American? Canadian?
I don't
ale?
know.
It's a really funny name. That's all I know.
Even the Seagram. I will
Is
take,
it funnier
I will
than
take the
Sarah Fidowicks?
I will take the Canada Dry over
Probably like
the
Patur.
over the Schweppes or the Seagrams any day.
I don't even know what Seagram's is.
It's the other
Seagram's
Se-
7.
Seagram's
Well, I feel
is-
like Canada Dry is almost like the kangaroo cereal. Like it's like those.
Oh, big bag cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah. The malto meal cereal.
Whereas I've been
Which
eating
I
like
love.
brand like the.
I,
My
Well,
dad gets
and
some
then
cereal.
apparently you're sticking with your
Exactly.
mantra here.
There you
of, I wonder if those are made in Canada. Is
Must
that the
be.
Canadian version?
must be.
'Cause I always felt like their cartoons were Canadianized also.
I like the off road in Canada better too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I like the Jeep trips way better in Canada,
All right.
I
except for
will
gas
give it
prices.
5.
Paying for the
Give
gas
that
to
a
get
5.
5.5.
Oh, for Canada?
Oh, Holly's freaking
Nice.
out. Yeah, and
That 0.5 is
Wow.
just to represent?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, America.
Man,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, 5.4. It's Canadian, so automatically docked.
ouch!
The
you-
Teddies? 3. No.
3. Wow, even less.
Oh yeah, the Teddies was
Awful. I did
I'm
not
going to
like
see what
Teddy's.
I can do to find you some Canadian root beer. And we'll see what you think of that.
I mean, it'll probably be.
I'm
good.
going to look and see where this Canada Dry is actually made. It better be made in Canada.
Made in
It's
China.
probably in
Not-
Tennessee.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Texas?
Made in Texas. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. As Canadian
New
as you
York
get,
City.
yeah.
Russia. It's made in Russia.
It's shipped over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just walk across.
We made it in Canada, yeah.
All right. Well,
No.
you know what, Teddy? I hope we did you proud. Please recommend more. Everybody else, please recommend more.
Absolutely. Thank you for the
We
recommendation.
will take it seriously.
A tip of the beanie.
Yep. So, to all the nerds,
For all the
For all the
fuzz.
fuzz.
bottoms up.
Let's
get nerd buzzed.
Yeah. There's still so much of it left.
I'm sorry.
Jay took his to
Give it-
Pound
let's
Town,
give it
dude.
to the dog.
That's a one-way ticket. Be hilarious if Holly wouldn't touch it either.
Yeah.
Pour a little in here. I want to try it.
Oh, with the beer. Maybe that'll make it better.
Maybe. That's good. That's good.
Too much.
Not too much. Not too much. Ah, too much. Now, then. Damn it.
Yeah. Look at all that foam, too. The foam is so gross. You have to wait for it to die
It
out.
smells like it's going to be super sugary.
It's not good.
Does it mix well?
Talking about beer, talking about nerd culture. You're on Nerdbuzzed. Marcus and Jeremiah. You're on Nerdbuzzed. Let's get Nerdbuzzed.